In the following role play, you will be viewing the Gonzalez family, a Latinx family in their second counseling session. Prior to this, Nice, the mother, had a session with the therapist where she presented a genogram as requested by the therapist. During this time, she reviewed the family dynamics and the presenting problem. In this second session, you will see Nice, the 57-year-old mother, Darren, the 33-year-old son, and the identified patient, Alyssa, the great-aunt, who is 70 years old, Tanisha, Darren's sister, who's 36 years old, and Victoria, the niece, who's 28 years old.
Nice. Would you like to share a little bit how this week has gone for you and your family?
Doctor, my Darren, it gives me headache.
It gives you a headache?
Yeah. He no job. And bebo cerveza. Victoria, can you tell doctor?
Yeah, he's just, he's not working and the rest of us are.
Okay. So Nice, what I hear from you is that the issue is that Darren isn't working. And did I hear you say something about drinking?
Sí, yes.
Okay. Darren, can I hear a little bit from you?
I've had a job. I've tried to have a job, but it's not working. It's frustrating. It's just too much.
Yeah. Okay. Tanisha, I see you shaking your head.
Drinking is the problem. Darren, Papa would be so disappointed. I'm working, you're not working.
Hijo de gato casado.
Alyssa, did you say something?
Hijo de gato cazaratón.
She's just saying it's just a common phrase to say that it's like the offspring of a cat hunts the mouse, but it's basically means that the children are like their parents. And like our dad, he was an alcoholic and he passed away, and like it just really is hard watching someone else that you really care about go through the same thing. And it's also really hard when, like, I'm a nurse and I work really hard to take care of my family, and like Darren's just not pulling his weight, like even Tanisha, she's working even though she's like got other pressures going on, and she's trying to help provide for the family too. And
okay.
I'm trying. It's just so much pressure on me, and it's hard to find good job when you talk like me. It's so hard.
Okay.
I work.
Yeah. So something that I see in this
but it's
family.
easy for you. It's easy for you.
Yeah, something that I'm seeing here is a loyalty, how you guys band together, and you are, Tanisha and Victoria, you are working to support this family. And Darren, can we talk a little bit more about what is difficult for you? Because this does seem like a very difficult situation for you. It sounds like you kind of want to work, but you're having trouble. You mentioned your speech.
I struggle with English, and it makes it harder to secure good job. And I really want to work. I'm the man. I'm the one to support family. I'm uh uh head of house, and I can't find good work at all. And it's so hard to be in this place and can't find good work ever.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not trying. Auntie Nice, like you can say too that like he's at home drinking every day. Like when is the last time that you applied, you went out and looked for anywhere to work? There are people who will hire you around here. They are used to Mexicans and our accents. There are people who will hire you, right, Auntie?
It's so many years already. Such a long time already. It's too much, too much, too
Yeah.
much. Darren, too much.
Okay.
I
Darren,
don't have papers to get good job.
Me
I'm-
either. I
Yeah,
work.
Tanisha, she doesn't either, you know?
Darren,
But
I do see a lot of pressure on you. It sounds like everybody is asking this of you, and you want it for yourself. And again, I do see the strength in your family of binding together and working for each other. I wonder, I see this as a resource. I wonder if anybody can comment on other resources that you might have.
What do you mean, like for Darren or like?
Well, mama prays.
Yes, doctor. We go to we Católico, so
Okay.
we pray and we go to church. So every Sunday, but Darren doesn't go. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why you need to take life seriously.
So you see your spirituality as a resource, as something that you can draw from.
Yes, see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How
I'm
do you
sorry
see-
for getting upset, Darren. I know that you're here because you do care about us and you are wanting to work on stuff. And I know you and I can get into it sometimes. So I'm sorry about that.
And I know that sometimes you are, I'm not going to apologize though, because he needs to work. But I know that sometimes he's scared to work like me because he's scared they're going to send him back to Mexico. They didn't send me back. I'm working.
There's lots of things that you're navigating here with your fears of not having a job because, or not being accepted because of your accent. And then if you do get a job, fears of deportation. That is a lot to deal with. I wonder if anyone else could comment again on the resource that spirituality might play in this setting for you guys.
Pray to God for help.
Mhm.
Our family is being punished because of the alcohol, and we don't need to tell a stranger our family's problems. We just need to pray.
Okay. So Liza, you kind of see this as maybe counseling's not the answer, and it's a more spiritual problem that needs to be dealt with in a spiritual way.
Yeah, God is punishing our family. We just need to confess. We need to go to the church. We need to pray.
Okay. Darren, I see you kind of shaking your head, not in agreement there.
people only want me to focus on God, but God isn't doing anything to help me find work. God is not helping me at all. I pray. No, I don't go to Iglesia, but I pray.
Okay.
I pray. And yes, I have 2 beers. 2 dose. But that's it. That's all. Not drinking as much as they say.
Okay.
It's not true. 2 cerveza is in the morning, the lunch and dinner. 6. 6.
Okay.
See?
So I'm wondering, you guys have been here for about 20 years, right? In the US for about 20 years. And it kind of sounds to me like maybe there's a little bit of a difference in the way that you think. Alyssa, you were talking about spirituality as the answer, and Darren, you don't necessarily seem to see that as the answer. I wonder if some of it is the way that you are adjusting to culture. What do you think about that? Victoria, you look confused. Feel free to ask questions.
I was just thinking more about the resources thing that you were asking about. Like, I think it's really important to us, especially as like Latinos, as Mexicans, that we really care about our family. And I guess I'm just thinking, you know, like Darren's here and, you know, like I drink sometimes too. And so maybe I'm being too hard on him and stuff. But I think like our family, like it really matters that we stick together. And as, you know, like not all of us have been here for 20 years, you know, like Auntie Nice, she came first, you know, and so she's been here the longest. But yeah, I don't know. Like I think Darren used to work some and some things different. And so I don't know. How can we support you, Darren? What can we do? You know, because
we keep making excuses for him. Mama is always worried that we're gonna go back to Mexico. We're gonna get sent back. He's drinking. Well, you drink too. Just he has to stop drinking. That's the problem.
If he gets arrested by the police, then he will get like investigation. And what they say, they will be like, you're Mexican. Where's your papers? Where do you work? And everybody will go back to Mexico.
And it's
See, I
bringing
worry
shame on this
a lot.
family. Shame on the family. Shame.
So much pressure. So much pressure to be the man, to be the head. And family always complain, but never understand or encourage me in moving forward. Always complain. Always complain.
Darren, what do you think might encourage you to move forward? What would you need?
Trabajo, a job would help, but also a family that really loves me for me and does not,
maybe respects you.
Yes, and does not compare me to mi padre.
So I am hearing a lot of different worries. There's the worry about deportation. There's the desire for respect. Victoria and Tanisha, you guys are working very hard, and I'm sure that's wearing on you. Alyssa, you're seeing your family going through hard things, and you're sticking to your faith when it seems like the others might not be as invested in that area as they once were. And Nice, I see you worrying about your family's status, about their shame, about where they end up. Wondering if the problem isn't necessarily all of those issues, but maybe you can look at this as it's been a very difficult, huge change for you guys to come from Mexico to the US. That is huge, and there are so many things that come with it. But I have seen you guys as a supportive network to each other in different ways. And of course, you're a family, and there are always difficulties like that. But I do see you supporting each other, coming together. And I'm wondering if we can think about this problem not as a problem within the family, between each other, but maybe as a difficulty that's coming from the outside, and we need to support each other. Does that make sense? So maybe the difficulty isn't, Darren's problem or Nice's worries. Maybe the difficulty is this huge thing of adjusting to a new culture, and you guys can be a resource to each other.
Darren listens to his mama, then it will work.
Yeah.
See?
Nice. What would it look like if it was working?
If Darren is working, I will be happy. I will be happy because he will not be drinking a lot of cerveza. He will not end up like his papi. So just this is our marriage with his papi. I always fight, with his dad, and say, stop drinking, and always get affect his job. And so he gets no job, then gets another job, no job again. So that's always, and he is the same thing like his papi.
So Nice. What I hear you saying is what you want for your family is for Darren to be a hardworking male in the family, for your family to be together and supported by each other. And I hear you saying that's what you want too. You said you are the man of the family and the head. You want some of that respect also. I hear that. Yeah.
I think Auntie is saying that she's saying all this stuff and she's pushing you, Darren. I think she is really worried that what happened to Uncle will happen to you, and it's not because she looks down on you, and it's because she wants to protect you. And I think you have to look at it like that,
It does sound like you have the same goals. Darren, I see some of that frustration still on your face.
I can find good job. I hope. But I want respect.
Mm-hmm.
Most respect from mi madre, from my sister, my aunt, great aunt, and my cousin. Mi familia. I want respect.
Yeah. Your family is very important to you. Your family is very important to all of you. You're a great resource for each other.
And Darren, mi amor, your mama loves you so much. That's why I cannot see you like this. If you want respect, I will give. You just do the job, and I will give you all everything. Respeto good. I will give.
And again, I want to look at this not as a problem within the family, not as a problem with one person, but as you guys binding together to succeed, to have that picture that you're all talking about, where, you know, Darren does have a job, and where you're here in the US and you feel safe, and you're not worried about being deported, and you're not worried about putting, you know, food on the table for your family. I want to see that too. So you're saying that you will respect Darren, and you do want good things for him, and that you love him very much. And I see that this is an emotional moment for the whole family. Darren, I wonder how you're responding to this.
I love me, Madre. I,
Then stop drinking.
Tanisha,
Auntie, you know, this is every week. Just let it go. She'll be back next time. It's okay. Keep going, Darren.
I love me, Madre. And I want to show her that I am the head, and that I will do what I can to get good job.
This is what God wants for our family. This is what I pray for.
it's so, Doctor, it's so good to hear Darren that he's thinking of me and he loves me, because I don't I don't feel I don't feel the love because it doesn't listen. But when it says now, then he makes me not worry that everything is good.
I think you both have heard each other listen a little bit. Both seen the caring sides of the other.
Doctor, I will do anything to make this work.
Victoria, it seems like you were feeling a lot there. I want to give you a chance to express any of that.
Just, you know, I just love Auntie so much. And she's worked so hard for our family, and she was so courageous to come here. And, you know, she lost Uncle, and I just know that she's been through so much, and I just want to support her and do whatever I can to be supportive in that way. And so, yeah, I just seeing her cry, like, it breaks my heart, you know.
Yeah, so in this session, thank you guys for participating, for being here, for participating so fully. And I'm thinking of what we've discussed in this session. We, you know, started out discussing what the problem might be, and as we talked about it and expressed, you know, these feelings and what's actually going on underneath the Darren's difficulty getting a job and his drinking, I've seen again and again your support for each other, the resource that you are to each other, a little bit of the struggle. I've only seen a little bit, but of what you've endured and how you're caring for each other. And so I think that there's a common bond here and a lot of potential. So obviously we still have many things to talk about and to work through, because the problems and the difficulties that you presented are very real. But thank you for being honest and for going to those difficult places and really expressing those emotions. So next week, I think we'll begin looking at a plan of action. But I really appreciate your work here today.